Hi, how's it going?
Hi, Ben.
My name is Michael Guam. What did you have to say?
Oh, thank you.
Would you like a water or?
Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's a windy day out there, isn't it?
Oh yeah. I was thought it was gonna be less windy. Had to even bring on another jacket. Just have something with me just in case because of how bad the weather has been so far.
We were going out. When we were leaving church, we were trying to get out the door, and the wind was blowing against it so hard. I was like pushing it. Like my son pushed the door first, and he's like, "Dad, it's locked." And I was like, "It's not locked." And then I went to push it, and it felt like it was locked too, but I realized it was just the wind blowing the door shut. So
I can understand completely.
yeah, man, crazy day out there.
Yes, Mr. Bit. If you don't mind, do you mind if I take notes while we're going through?
Oh
our meeting?
no, please, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what was your last name, sir?
I'm Ben Murphy. Murphy.
Well, hi, Mr. Murphy. As I mentioned, my name is Michael Guam. What we're going to do is we're just going to go over through some of these. I have here an agenda.
Okay.
And on this agenda, we're just going to go a little bit through some things. What we're going to go over is where you're at right now, who you are, what brings you in the office, what would you like to help with the most in terms of what areas of concern you have the most with regarding your current circumstances. And then we will also like to see where you would like to go and where do you see yourself in the future, as well as how you feel if in regards to what you're doing right now is successful or unsuccessful, or what we can do to help you reach your goals, things like that.
Sure.
And what we'll also go into detail about is who we are, how we operate as a firm, and more importantly, are we able to help you? Because we want to make sure that we actually can accomplish what goals you might have, and we just want to be there for you, especially when you need us the most. And then any other questions you have after we're done, going through some of those questions, I'll open the floor to you as well, so that if you have any questions, things like that, we can go ahead and address them.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
Well, thank you, Mr. Murphy. So tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Oh, please call me Ben.
Oh, okay. Okay, Ben.
My dad's Mr. Murphy. No, I'm Ben.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Ben. Tell me a little bit more about you.
Well, I'm a superintendent for a big home builder here in the area, and been doing that for a while, probably for about 6 years now.
Okay.
But it's going pretty well. I do well. I got a kid, 5-year-old Tyler. He likes to get into stuff, right? He likes to play some sports and stuff. He likes soccer. I'm trying to get him to like football or something manly, but he's like soccer right now. So.
Oh, that's great. That's
I
awesome.
think you can thank his mom for that one.
Oh, it's okay. I remember when I was growing up, I actually had the same type of experience. My dad wanted me to get into football. I liked soccer actually a little bit more. And my mom was the one that encouraged me to actually go through it. Something about being active just makes you want to go out.
Well, it's good for him to get out. But I don't know. Sometimes soccer seems like soccer's funny though. Those kids will get out in the field and they'll run around and they'll kick the ball. They don't even know what's going on. They're just goofing off out there half the time. But
yes, sir. So you, Ben. So you mentioned earlier about your wife as well. What does she do for a living?
oh, she's just a bitch.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's what she does to me. We're not married anymore. She's my ex-wife.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She's
Oh, I apologize. I wasn't.
No. I might have misspoke earlier.
Oh, it's okay. I understand. I know that those type of situations are sensitive.
No, I mean it's okay. Yeah, we got divorced. It's been a couple of years now. So.
Okay.
But no, she squeaks. She screeches.
Right. So
the good news is though, I got custody of the kid. She can only see him on the weekends. Anyway, but I mean,
so
I don't want her to not be in his life, but if she wasn't, it wouldn't be a big deal to me.
right. No, I understand that's a sensitive topic. And if you don't mind me asking, what areas of concern do you have right now?
Oh, well, Well, so here's the deal. Doing pretty well. I mean, financially wise. But my grandpa died last month.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and we're just pretty close with them. But Papa had some rental properties, and he left me a house in Conroe, and that's outside of Houston.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know, on the north side of Houston. Not too far from the lake. It's actually a cool little area.
Oh wow.
Uh,
I'm from Katy, so I can.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm familiar with the area that you're referring to.
All right.
Mhm.
So you're down the road there then. Yeah. Well, so he left me a house in Conroe, and it's his rental, but it was one of his rentals, and he doesn't. There's nobody in it now. I mean, the people moved out.
Mhm.
But I inherited it, and so my thinking was is just sell my house here and move to Conroe, and then I don't have a house payment anymore.
Right.
I mean, it makes sense, right?
Right. So you were concerned with some of the payments that you have right now on your house. Is that?
No, I'm just trying to figure out if I should move or if I should stay. The thing is that if I sell that house, like I could sell that house, and then pocket the money, right?
Right.
But it's going to take some work to get it up to code.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take a lot of work, and we're way up here in Lubbock, and I can do all the work because I've been in construction forever,
Right.
and I can do every job that the construction. I oversee the construction work, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I site supervise, right? So, I can do all the framing. I can do electrical, plumbing stuff. I got it,
Mm-hmm.
So I can renovate it myself. I can do tile, drywall, flooring, everything, right? So I can do a lot of the work myself, but we're so far away. I feel like if I want to get top dollar for it, I need to fix it up, I mean, right now, if I sold it as is, it might get like $85,000 for it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at the houses on the real estate deal, Realtor.com, I looked on there, all the houses in that neighborhood, because it's kind of close to like a lake area. There's a Lake Conroe out there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
So it's like maybe it's not on the lake, but it's a few blocks away from it. Like you can see the lake from the house, and it's got trees and stuff. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, man, compared to Lubbock, you got dirt out here, right? But
yeah, so it's a nice area.
yeah,
it's a nice property.
We know what I'm talking about. You live not too far from the lake.
Right.
I can take Tyler fishing. We can, do that kind of stuff if we move out there. But it's going to take some work to fix it up. So if I fix it up to sell it, I feel like I've got to pay. I'm probably going to spend about $80,000.
Yeah.
If I pay somebody else to do all the repairs.
Mm-hmm.
If I do it myself, I can probably do it for like 40.
Mm-hmm.
And I can probably do way nicer.
Right.
And it'll be done. But we're so far away. So my thought is, I can move down there, sell my house here, move down there, spend some of the money from my house here, and maybe put that into the house,
Mm-hmm.
And then we could just live down there. And I might have to take out a small loan or something, a home equity loan.
Mm-hmm.
And then but the payment will be way lower than my house here.
Right.
Because my house here we spent $300,000 on it.
Right.
And so, I can afford it because I make good money.
How much do you have paid off on the house, Ben?
Here?
Here in Lubbock.
Well, we've been living there for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I probably got like $30,000 equity.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm probably have to take a little bit of a loan.
Right.
To cover the rest.
Right. So,
Now, I'm if I can sell it for $300,
mm-hmm.
So I think we owe like $270. I owe $270, not we.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so my thought is sell it. My main thing is I kind of want to move. I'll be frank.
Right.
But Ben's mom, not Ben, but Tyler's mom, oh, she does not have it. She's like ticked. She's pissed about it. She thinks I'm just trying to cut her out of Tyler's life. Anyway, but for me, it's just really about moving down there.
Okay, so it sounds like this property has been on your mind because there are some obstacles with either option, because you can keep the property and, as you mentioned earlier, fix it up a little bit and have it as a second home, in which case you would still, have your first home, or you could go here in Lubbock, or you could go ahead and sell the home in over there in Conroe, in that area.
Yeah.
Which would, you mentioned earlier, it would take a lot of work. You'd have to take out a loan. You'd have to fix up the property, work a little bit for it while you're still here in Lubbock, and then find somebody to buy the property and still pay off for everything. Is that
Yeah,
what it
pretty
sounds
much.
like?
And so I inherited it. So if whatever loan I take out, outside of that, whatever I sell it for, I'm going to make profit on. But if it takes me, $80,000 to fix it up, like I think it will, and they sell it for $200, I'll probably, make $100,000 off of it. And I mean, that's good, right? And then I can still be here, and I can use that $100,000, and I don't know, maybe you can invest it for me or something. But the other option is I sell a house here and we move down to Conroe, and then I do all the work, and fix it up. And then at that point, I could sell it, move back here, or I could just stay down there,
Okay, right. So it sounds like there's a lot of challenges with either options. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Well, then just moving,
Right.
Moving's a big pain in the butt anyway.
Right. Oh, I know what you mean. I used to live over there actually, and like
Yeah,
I said,
you moved up here.
and moved over here.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work, and I can tell you from experience, Ben, that I've been sort of in that predicament. Maybe not as you have been, but I can imagine what you're going through, because my dad also, he owned a property over there in that area, in which he did the same thing, renovating the property, selling it, and it was a lot of work, and I kind of went through that sort of experience. I was there to witness it all, and I can tell you, it's both challenging and rewarding to be able to sell a property, especially when you're renovating it and have to go through all the challenges that are met with it. So, what I can do is reassure you that, we're here for you, and we can lay out what both options would imply, including how much it would cost. It sounds like there might be a little bit more complicated complicated challenges, because as you mentioned earlier, with your son, you were interested in, moving. You want to move away from Lubbock, but then you also have the challenge of, your ex-wife, that you don't want to separate Tyler from his mom, which I know you're worried about, and then also you're worried
I'm not worried about that. She is.
Right. So, or I guess the biggest challenge then that is on your mind is just kind of the expenses with having to pay for everything, including the home equity loan.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm. Yeah, pretty much. I know I can do the construction part, and I do that all the time on other people's houses. I can do it all, right? My challenge is the numbers, making sure I guess that's why I'm coming in, is make sure that I'm figuring it all right, Like, if I sell the house for $300,000 here, am I really gonna make $30,000? Like, I think I owe like $270, something like that. That kind of thing. It doesn't even make sense,
Right, and there's also other options too. As you mentioned earlier, you could always also, you mentioned earlier about selling the home, kind of using it to help pay off some other debt, or even, look into even maybe eventually moving out there after, the right amount of time. But there are some options and challenges there, and I want to reassure you that that's what we're here for, is to make sure that we put you in the best situation to be successful. And that's what we want to do.
Definitely.
Where would you feel the most comfortable with in regards to that decision?
Well, the thing is that my payment on my house now here, we're paying like 35. I'm paying $3,500 a month for my house, right? That's what it is here. I moved down there. Even if I take out a loan, you know, $80,000 loan or whatever, $50,000 loan to do the repairs, I mean, the payment on that's gonna be nothing, right? All I gotta do is pay taxes on it, and some insurance, right? I mean, think about. I think my payment would drop like probably almost $3,000 a month. That's a lot of money. I can definitely buy a truck with that. I could put Tyler in school.
Right.
You know, I could put him in a private school instead, or whatever. You know. And I mean, that's my biggest thing is like figuring out should I move or not. I mean, that's probably my biggest concern.
And it sounds from what you were emphasizing earlier, it sounds like you really want to move, because you mentioned earlier how you would prefer
Well, you've
to
been
move out.
down there. It'd be cool to live by the lake.
Right. I mean, it definitely would be something that I'm familiar with the area. It would be like I said, a transition.
Yeah.
I mean, you would also have to consider, you know, some other situations, you know, such as, you know, making sure that the schools, the area is good, you know, for a situation for Tyler.
Yeah, definitely.
You also have to consider.
Well,
you know,
he's going to start school this next year. Now, he just turned 5, so he'll start in, just turned 5 in March 23rd. So he'll start school in August, this coming August. So I don't know if I want him to go to school down there or here, you know?
Right. I mean,
he's got his friends from church here, you know, and he's probably going to go to school with some of them. That's a big decision.
right.
And then the money part, you know, does it make sense financially?
Right, and I mean that's what I mean earlier. That would be the other challenge too, is from this whole situation, is being able to, like I said, take into consideration, you know, moving there, how much it's going to cost of living. I know it's definitely going to be, there's going to be some comparable differences between here and there.
Right.
Also,
Right.
taking into consideration, I know you mentioned earlier about work, you know, being able to transition job-wise from over here to over there, which I'm not saying is not possible or it's nothing like
well, on that, I'm just gonna the builder I work for,
Mhm.
they build down there too, so I would just transfer offices,
Okay, well then that's perfect. Right.
and I'd make the same
Okay.
salary.
Okay, well then that's great. I mean, at least that would be one less obstacle to overcome to be able to meet that goal of being able to move over there. And I mean, then you'd also have to, like I said, consider some other things too, like, you know, renovations. Because I know you mentioned earlier that the property wasn't where you wanted it to be. And
Yeah, it's not up to code.
No.
I mean, if I sell it, it's not up to code. I can go live down there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the stuff works.
Right.
So my thought was, what I would do is go down there, and if I have to stay, me and Tyler can get like one of those extended stay hotel kind of things. If I have to do that for a couple of weeks, maybe even a month, while I get, so my thought was I'd fix up like one bedroom and one bathroom,
Right.
and then the kitchen. If I get those where I want them to be, then the rest of the house we can like move into those pieces, and then I can work on the rest of the house. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
It'll probably take me way longer. It'll take me longer to do it all by myself than it would if I hired a crew.
right.
I mean, if I hired a crew, then they could probably have it ready in a month, and then I could sell it, take all the equity out of it, and then use it up here. You know, that's the other option. I mean, I got friends up here. I don't necessarily want to move. I mean, my church is important to me here, you know. So I don't know. It's a big decision, I guess.
Right. And I can reassure you, I mean, that's what we want to go ahead and help you do, is be able to make that decision and make it financially feasible too. Because ultimately too, you mentioned if you did move over there, you would end up selling the house here in Lubbock. Is that
Yeah, definitely.
correct?
I'm not making that payment.
Right.
You know, I want to make 2 house payments.
Right, exactly. And so in other words, you would...
I'm not going to give it to his mom.
Right, and I mean, before actually, you know, making the payments, you know, you'd have to find a seller and everything like that, and it wouldn't...
Well, I work for a home builder, so...
Right.
I mean, the house was built by my builder. it's one of our houses, so.
So I mean,
Like it.
ultimately, we want to go ahead and make sure that we put you in a position to be successful and be able to make those decisions. And also, if you do sell the home here, we can make sure that we put your best interest in mind and give you some options so that ultimately you can have a nice income, be able to take care of Tyler, continue to be able to be in a comfortable position. Because I know you mentioned earlier you wanted to move over there, and it sounds like you would be happy there. But it also sounds like living here wouldn't be too bad either. So ultimately, we can go over, some of those options for you, lay them out, including how much it will cost for each option, and
Yeah.
help you make the easiest, convenient decision so you can be in a good financial position.
Will you like dig in the numbers better than me? Because I'm just
Right.
guessing.
I mean, we have, we
Like
we go deep into those numbers. We can make sure that we
Okay.
have everything as close, as close to the number as possible, so that we make sure that you know how much each decision is going to cost and how much you will benefit
Yeah.
from each decision.
All right.
As I was going to mention, Ben, as well, is there anything else that you were concerned about, or any other concerns that you had on your mind that you wanted to share?
Well, Tyler's starting to go to school, and I probably want to save money for him to go, college at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I went to college for a little bit, but then I dropped out. But
Mhm.
I mean, I'm good with my hands, so do construction, But bad thing about construction is sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not.
Right.
Right now it's doing good, but I don't want him to be in that situation. I want him to be able to be a professional,
Right.
And so
Right.
I probably want to save, and then I would like to retire at some point.
Mhm.
Not getting any younger
Mhm.
and being in construction. No way I'm going to be on top of a house. I'm 65. I could be, I guess, but who knows technology? But
Right.
I mean, I don't want to be.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So I was going to ask Ben real quick, since you mentioned everything about the house and everything else. So I mean, where would you see yourself in 5 years? I mean, could you see yourself living over there in Conroe?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, think about it. Me and Tyler got on that lake. We get the fishing boat out there. Maybe even him and a couple friends. We're just out there catching some bass, catching some catfish.
That's perfect. I fish I fish.
Oh,
I used
yeah?
to fish all the time, especially over there. So
See,
I
you
can
just come on down there, Ben.
Exactly.
Mike, and we'll just go fish. Come on, visit us.
Right. So I mean, that's why. So I was gonna say that it sounds like you really are interested in going, living over there. And I mean, I can, like I said, make sure that I can personally go over everything, make sure that you know how much it's
All
gonna
right.
cost and do everything.
Okay.
Especially since how familiar I am with the area.
Yeah, I
I'll be
like
able-
that about you, man.
Yeah.
I like that. See, and that's what I was looking for. Somebody who understood my situation. And I like the fact that you're from down there, so you understand the dilemma. Lubbock or trees. And water.
Right. And so I was going to mention, I mean, what we offer, as I mentioned earlier, was we look at the entire financial picture.
Okay.
So we look at everything, we can provide you a comprehensive plan, go
Okay,
over everything,
okay.
the taxes, kind of even look at, since you mentioned you were interested in, moving from here over to over there in that area, how much it might cost if you want to make sure that that house over there in Conroe is protected, going over some of,
Yeah.
as you mentioned earlier about Tyler too, making sure that he has some money saved so that he can go to school, go to college, after he graduates, hopefully find a good school. And also, more importantly, as you mentioned earlier, just making sure that you have, or we put you in the best position to be successful financially, including
Yeah.
having enough money saved up for retirement.
All
So I
right.
mean, we can definitely go over all those options, make sure that you know how much it's going to cost to ultimately move over there to Conroe, be able to go over every single facet so that there's not a single stone that's unturned, and make sure that you're taken care of. We're always here for you, so at
Yeah,
any time,
okay.
if you ever need to, contact me, you can email me, you can call me. I'm always available, and I can always make sure that we take care of every single situation or every single concern that you have, and personally make sure that everything's well taken care of.
All right, man. Well, Yeah, I gotta go. Tyler, he's about to get out of school, so I gotta go pick him up.
Awesome. Well, I'll go ahead and make sure that my secretary has all the information taken down, and good luck with everything, Ben. I hope Tyler does, and Tyler is doing well in school. And let me know how actually, since you mentioned earlier about the soccer practice, everything like that. Let me know like how how everything's going with Tyler and everything.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, I'll see you later. Thank you.
All right, bye.